What's up, adventurers? My name is Platinum Phoenix, and welcome back to Pikmin 2. Last time, we had a really successful day in the Wistful Wilds. And this time, we are going to be going through the Cavern of Chaos, and hopefully not dying a horrible death. I want to split up here and grab at least most of my purples to take out this diggery bug. It is the easiest way to do it, and run away from the bombs. In fact, okay, that at least did some damage to the fiery blowhog. And actually, I think that's, oh, both of my captains are here. I want to take some of my yellows, and we need to disable some of these electrics. Olimar, can you stop that purple before he goes to his death? Is that the last electric? It's not, but I think it's going to be safer to actually leave my Pikmin here. And I want to just go around and punch bombs. This way I can at least run around with the purple Pikmin and not have to worry as much about blowing up randomly. So let's go ahead and take out this guy. Okay, I've missed every throw. Guys, move. At least if we can... I don't actually know what happened there. Which sucks because we lost 8 purples. That is a harsh loss on sub-level 1. I think what I have to do is take the yellows, and we are going to break this electrical wire. Or not, it's already been broken apparently. So we are going to run away and use some purples. Because we don't have to worry about... Don't home in on him while he's over a ledge, please. Go ahead and try to take this one out so we can easily get this treasure and be on our way. Because I think this is the only treasure or one of 2 treasures. If it is... No, it's one of 2. The other one's over here. Alright, let's go ahead and grab both of these and call it a sub-level. Alright, our first treasure is an enamel buster. Apparently cupcakes are gonna break your teeth. Well, I've been making fun of the chocolate because it's probably decades old. So I can imagine this being probably like old and hardened. It's 60 Pocos. And oh my god, it's a bomb. We're just gonna take this and leave. I will say this is the longest dungeon we have gone into so far. So, and it's probably also the most dangerous one that we've gone into so far. So I will probably be taking this slower, and it'll probably be a bit of a longer episode because I'm taking it slower and trying not to lose all my Pikmin. A Mirth Spear, another marble for 85 Pocos. And 72, 20, and we head on to sub-level 2. Alright, well, the most astute of you may have realized that last episode when we got to the Cavern of Chaos, that there was a fire hazard warning. And if we look into my Pikmin count, you can see that I brought 0 red Pikmin. And there's actually a reason for that. But first, I actually want to come out here and separate my Pikmin so I can grab out just my purples, because I'm really just going to use my purples for this sub-level. And I'm going to kind of just have everyone else hide in a corner. And I actually want to deal with these swooping stitch bugs first, because there are 3 of them in this sub-level. If this guy isn't going to notice, I'm just going to stand here and throw. I mean, if he just wants to fly above me. While we're actually going around here, you can see that this is also the sub-level from the boss fight, the Man at Legs. And the different dungeons in the Wistful Wilds like to use the sub-levels from different dungeons that we have been in before. This one, like I said, being the boss fight arena from the Man at Legs in the subterranean complex. And they seem to like to prioritize boss arenas for some reason. But now that we have taken out all the swooping stitch bugs, I'm going to show you why I decided not to bring reds. The first reason is that fire doesn't instantly kill Pikmin like electricity does. So what we can do with these fiery bullblaxes, and this is also the main floor that you would want reds for, because there are 3 fiery bullblaxes here, and all 3 of them have treasures in them. But I'm just gonna walk up on this guy, spray him with a purple potion, and then walk far enough back to where my purple Pikmin actually slams down on him, and then we can whistle after he's halfway gone with his health, and basically kill him for free. We do have to use a purple potion on all 3 of them, or run away, but I find it more consistent to use the purple potion because it makes everyone's life easier. So we just run far enough away for the purple Pikmin to slam down on him, and then we have to whistle before people actually die. We are actually going to run away from this one. If they wake up, all you have to do is run far enough away for them to go back to sleep. And I don't believe the fiery bullblaxes gain any more health or regain health. So, like I said, all you have to do, wait for him to go back to sleep, and then you can sneak right back up on him and do the exact same thing, except this time actually kill him. And then we just whistle our Pikmin back and do it one more time. So purple potion, run away, hit this guy for a lot of damage, whistle the Pikmin, and I want to run a little bit away before he breaks out of the purple potion, just to make sure he doesn't wake up. And why is he not taking damage? Come on, guys. Come on. Guys, run away. Guys. Okay, well, at least he missed. I don't know why he wasn't taking damage that second cycle. That was weird. I do want to actually switch to Olimar just so we can start getting the treasures back. So we'll put some whites on that one and sneak over into this corner to pick up this one. And the first of the treasures looks like an emerald in a ring. We've gotten our first Chaos Emerald, our Essence of Despair. I guess if you're Dr. Eggman, this would be an emblem or an Essence of Despair, but it's 80 Pokos. And then we are just going to grab this one as well. And I'm, again, just going to hide in a corner while the purples try to deal with this guy. Again, I don't know why he wasn't taking damage that second cycle. But there we go. Easily taken out without losing a single purple. That's the way I recommend doing this. You do have to be pretty careful and actually fighting them. But if you are careful, you don't have to bring any reds into this dungeon, which I prefer not bringing reds into this dungeon. This is our blue ring. We've gotten a heart and a clover, so now we have a blue square. It is the Frosty Bauble for 100 Pokos. And again, we are just going to put more Pikmin on that one. And no, I don't want to grab you. And I think we are just going to meet them back at the base. Because basically, as soon as this gets back, we head to the next sub-level. Alright, now we get our pink star, the red gem star, for our 100 Pokos. And with that, on to sub-level 3. Okay, so, just checking. I want to separate the Pikmin, and I'm just going to take the purples, because once again, we have somewhat of a fighting arena here. Actually, I've lied. I'm going to send the president into the fight, because, basically, no matter where you go here, there is falling rocks everywhere. Hello, Creeping Chrysanthemum. We're actually not going to really deal with you yet. I'm so sorry. Mamuda, no! No, Mamuda, no! But really, I'm just trying to run around here to activate as many of the falling rocks as possible, and to show that there are several Creeping Chrysanthemums here. It is kind of a lot. I'm actually just going to punch this egg. And now, I think it is the best time to actually deal with these Creeping Chrysanthemums. There we go. Have you try to attack us. And once again, just use the purples and destroy these Creeping Chrysanthemums. I believe there's like 5 or 6 of them on this sub-level, but as long as you get rid of the boulders, you don't really have to worry about them. And as long as you use purples and stun them, they become very easy to deal with. That's 2 done. This poor Mamuda. Which one of you are Creeping Chrysanthemums? It looks like just that one, but I think I want to get rid of this Mamuda first, because it's just going to get in the way. Unfortunately. Creeping Chrysanthemum. No! No, purple Pikmin! I mean, it wasn't the plan, but it's going to work. I don't actually know. It seems to be there's a treasure, like, right here. That's buried, so I'm going to have the president grab the white Pikmin. So we can see about digging these up. And I have a couple of yellows. And I'm missing a white. Now I have a couple of blues. Pikmin still haven't learned their colors. They're working on it. And I believe they're just going to be like right here. So, see if we can. Olimar, see if you can get out of the way so we can. It seems to be. There it is. I'm like, it's saying it's right here. So if it's not, I don't know where it is. I'm going to actually zoom out because I know there's a second treasure. I just don't know where it is. It's right there. So I'm actually going to head back and grab the yellows and the blues to break down the wall. Because I think it's going to be faster with 45 Pikmin rather than 27. And the whites can basically do whatever the whites want. And I know for a fact there's more Creeping Chrysanthemums here. But the less of them I have to deal with, the better. So this is just a potato. It's a child of the earth. I don't really like the root that's growing out of it. It just means it's old and it's growing new potatoes. But it's 40 Pokos. And I want to keep an eye on this wall very closely because I don't want the Pikmin to idle and run in there with the creeping chrysanthemum. So as soon as this wall breaks down, I want to whistle them and get them away from here. And I think I'm just going to leave them there. And I'm almost certain there's going to be a rock or something here. There's a rock there. And there's 2 creeping chrysanthemums here, unfortunately. More falling boulders. And honestly, I think we're just going to get the president out of here. Blue Pikmin, what are you doing? Just take the yellows and the blues and hang out here, I guess. Because I want at least one of the creeping chrysanthemums to go away. And we'll wake you back up. I said, we'll wake you back up. Oh, it didn't. I was almost certain it got a Pikmin. We'll take you out, and actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to not throw those. I think I'm going to grab the whites, and I'm just going to have the whites run past the creeping chrysanthemum instead of fighting it, because I think the whites are going to be fast enough to actually get past it. Especially because it's kind of like in the corner, and it's not really in the way. I say until the whites immediately get eaten. And basically we just have to wait until the whites get back. So I think I'm gonna skip ahead till that. It looks like a green bell pepper, but I think it's supposed to be a jalapeno because it's called Infernal Vegetable and it's 30 Pokos. But 65, 27, and on to sub-level 4. Okay, so the Cavern of Chaos and basically every single dungeon in the Wistful Wild does not pull its punches. And to show that off, I want to say... Okay, they got dropped egg. The Pikmin are running towards me. I really hope they don't. We got an empty open cup for 60 Pokos. This is a milk tub. But why is it 60 Pokos? Why is it so many Pokos for just this? And to show that the Wistful Wilds and the Cavern of Chaos does not pull its punches, you can see there's a couple of bosses here. You know, just a few. I think that one is the one I actually want to deal with. So, what we are going to do is I'm going to have the president take all the Pikmin here and kind of just shove them in a corner. I'm missing a Pikmin. Olimar, do you have a purple? I want the president to basically have all of the purples on him because we're gonna try something. It may be something dumb, but we're gonna try something. And I'm basically going to wake up Emperor Bullblax because that's who this is. Hey man, how's it going? And what I'm going to do is basically have him explode himself a couple of times. In fact, I'm just going to punch him because I can't actually do any damage to him until he blows himself up several times. This is the easiest way to deal with him on this sub-level, by the way. Is just blow him up 4 or 5 times. You only actually have to deal with one of them, even though there's 2 of them on this sub-level, which is Can we get the bomb rock? You know. Man, you're really bad at this. You need to hit the bomb rock. Thank you. Honestly, I think the purples could deal with them now if I really needed them to. But this is going pretty well. Hey, right here. Right here. Thank you. I don't want him getting closer to the other Emperor Bullblack, though. Because if I can avoid waking them both up, it would be preferred. So just, you know, come over here, have a nice bomb snack. I think one more is gonna do it. Just have a nice bomb stack. You know you wanna. Here you go. There we go. Probably not the intended way to get rid of him. But you know what? I'll take it. I have no reservations on how I'm going to deal with bosses. So I'll let him blow himself up like 4 or 5 times. All I need is the treasure. Who cares about the boss? Please only be 20 Pokemon. Or not Pokemon, Pikmin. Guys, can we grab it? Thank you. I swear to God, if you guys walk past that... I swear to God, if you guys walk that... Alright. I see how it's gonna be. You guys are so dumb. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Because the Pikmin are going to walk past this Emperor Bullblack, I need to wake him up and basically blow him up. So, wake up please, and have a nice bomb snack. Have a nice bomb snack. Thank you. Okay, we need to run past him, pick up that. And... honestly, I'm fine with it. Guys, please hurry. He's not gonna be stunned forever, please hurry. Why are these dungeons so scary? And why are the Pikmin so dumb? We got some mysterious remains, which makes sense because Emperor Bullblack ate them. But it's only mysterious remains in the US. In Europe, it's a container of knowledge. And in Japan, it's understood person symbol. That is the name of it. Don't ask me what it means. For 150 Pokos, though. So we'll take it. Bye, Emperor Bullblack. Thankfully, a lot of these sub-levels that have bosses, you don't have to fight all the bosses. They do make you fight some of them for treasures, but not all of them, which is very nice. And say hello to our first and only rest area of the Cavern of Chaos. I want to check something real quick. Think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use yellows for this. So we have a white candy pop bud, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have a purple candy pop bud, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. I know I only got 4 in there. 5. And then I'm going to dismiss, grab Olimar, dismiss again, because the whites want to join, and we're just gonna pluck these and see about getting them flowered, because I do not want to be in this dungeon with leaf Pikmin, especially leaf purple Pikmin. It just sounds miserable. So there's also a queen candy pop bud here we can use, which actually, because I used the yellows for everything else, I think I'm just going to make an extra couple of yellows. So we throw that in, and it shoots out like 6 or 7 more buds, and then we just get a bunch of yellows back. Basically, we're just up on yellows now. And honestly, I'm just gonna grab everyone, and we're just gonna look around to see if... Well, that will work. Iridescent flint beetle. Hit it with everything! Hit it with everything! We'll take 1 purple, got it. Luckily, I think we got most of them leaved. We did get a red potion out of that, though, so that's nice. Well, I guess we can get the rest of the Pikmin leaved. And we have another iridescent flint beetle. Take him down! Destroy it! And I think it's gone. Guys, can we get over here? Yellow, please. It's just not wanting to cooperate. We'll take the extra red potion. Always we'll take the extra red potion. And yeah, that's basically all we need to do here. The 2 extra red sprays is very nice. Alright, we have a semi-easy floor here, I believe. Actually, no we don't. Never mind. I have my notes up, looking at the completely wrong sub-level. So, again, I think what I want to do is I want to grab the purples. And I want to try to convince this Wollywog that it wants to follow me. Let's go over this way, Wollywog. You know you wanna come over here. And then use the purples to stall it long enough to where it doesn't go back in the water. And there's just a lot of electricity here that's kind of hard to deal with. So I want to deal with that first. And honestly, I don't actually see anything on that side. So I don't really know if I need to go over there. I'm going to release my Pikmin and I guess check over here. Is there anything here that we need? It doesn't look like it, so I'm going to leave. I do know that we need our blue Pikmin in order to, not the yellow or the white. Why are the Pikmin so bad at knowing who I'm calling? I just want the blues so I can get this. This is all I'm trying to get here. And honestly, I'm kind of worried about going through here. Let's go ahead and try to take out this Anode Beetle to try to make it slightly easier. We want to whistle you guys off and whistle you guys. And I think what I'm actually going to do is have the president grab the blues. And what is this? This looks like a very small mushroom. It's gross shroom. Sounds like a power-up in Mario. It's 50 Pokos. Nope, don't go in the water. Why are Pikmin so dumb? We're just gonna separate you guys. I'm gonna take you. And we are going to try to convince a water dumple that it no longer wants to be alive. Because if we can kill the water dumple, I think I can convince this Wollywog to stay out here long enough for me to kill it. And that's basically the last thing I need to do. Hey, Wollywog, please come this way. Wollywog, that's not what I asked you to do. Can I convince you to come over here? How about here? Alright. If we could take out the Wollywog. In fact, I'll even take out this Anode Beetle. It'll make my life even easier. I did lose 2 purples, unfortunately. But again, I think it's a price I'm willing to pay. In fact, I think we're just going to go here, separate all the Pikmin out, and I'm just going to grab the whites, because they are the fastest, and we're just going to throw the whites at a wall. Depth perception is so difficult. We'll put you guys there, and I'm actually just going to release you, and I'm going to head for the exit, because I think that's the last treasure. We got another Christmas ornament, it looks like. And this is Princess Pearl for 100 Pokos. And see if the treasure gauge goes down. It does, so we can just leave. Sayonara, electric enemies. Alright, so this sub-level, I remember being annoying. I was gonna say I don't remember why. I remember why. It's very much because everything in here blows you. Which is not an innuendo, but I think I'm just going to try to convince... Really, that thing right there is going to be the most annoying thing. So I'm going to run through here and try to get this cloaking burrow net to just follow me over. Nope. Can you... Hey. 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 You need to go this way. Hey. Can I just punch it to death, actually? Because that would be very funny. Hey. The reason I have to punch this one to death is because there's a poison emitter, and I don't feel comfortable with the white Pikmin fighting it. So that was the plan, I guess. We'll put a couple of you on that one. We'll put a couple of you on this one. And then I guess we're going to be trying to deal with all the flying enemies, because man, are they going to be annoying. I guess what I can do is I'll just... Okay, they're gonna... We're just gonna deal with this one first. Deal with the cloaking burrow net, because it can actually kill Pikmin. And then deal with the guys that don't actually matter. Alright, Puffy Blowhog down. Now it's time for Withering Blowhog. You can actually see the size difference of these things. It's kind of insane how much smaller the Withering Blowhogs are. But that takes out those two. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna come over here and break down this wall, because it has a treasure behind it that we need. And then if I can sort of see where the enemies are, I can kind of see where I need to go. And I think we need to go over here, because I want to deal with this Withering Blowhog first. Okay. That didn't work entirely as planned. But also, I'm not worried about a Withering Blowhog. And we have another Cloaking Burrow Knit that I'm also not really worried about. They kind of just implode to purples. What I am more worried about is that Puffy Blowhog I do need to deal with. Because I believe, because of my treasure gauge, that the last treasure is inside of it. But this is another generic battery. This is the fuel reservoir. And in the GameCube edition of the game, and I believe even the Wii version of this game, this is another Duracell battery. But in Japan, specifically, this is a treasure called Omegatron, which sounds like the best Decepticon. And it's 120 Pokos. But what I think I want to do is I'm going to... I kind of need to push it back. So I need to get it to where it wants to run that way. I'll grab my purples and get under it so I can throw my Pikmin on it. And basically that's the whole strategy. And because I think that's where the treasure is, we're just gonna break down this wall and have the white Pikmin grab it. Because that way, I don't have to deal with poison. It's also faster that way. And we can have Olimar come over here with the purples and just have them break down this wall. Honestly, we'll just have you guys help break this down just to make it faster. Because, yeah, it's basically immediate when you have all the Pikmin helping. And then we'll grab our, 25 whites? Which should be enough for this? Yeah, more than enough for this. That looks like a treasure we got before. It looks almost like a cookie or a scone or something. It looks like a corkscrew, actually. It's my new answer. It's a corkscrew, actually. This is one of them drills that you turn into in, like, Kirby's Epic Yarn or something. It's an impenetrable cookie, which, you know what? After being down here for what I assume would be decades, probably would be pretty stale. So yeah, it's also 25 Pokos. And we have 26. That was the wrong button. 26. You would think... You would think after how many hours and how many episodes we are in that I would know the right buttons to push. But apparently I don't. But on to sub-level 8. Alright, another sub-level I'm actually worried about. Because of that. That's really the only harmful thing. Oh my god, there's one here. Separate the Pikmin, and we're gonna take the purples and kill everything here that's a threat. And honestly, the Gatling Brink is also a threat, so we're just gonna run around it, try to get on its back, and thankfully, this one just died. So. And actually, I'm going to have the whites carry it back because they're faster, and I feel more reliant on them. So, I feel like they are more reliable in this circumstance than the purples, because the purples will take, like, half a year to get back. I also think I just want to have the president run around to see if we can find... Never mind, I found the treasure. I'm gonna fight this dwarf Bulborb to the death because these are very easy to defeat. But I think what I want to do is I'm just going to take out basically everything on this side, and I don't really think I need to deal with the stuff in the middle because it's not going to matter, I don't think. I feel... Well, now I have to, because a Pikmin fell down there, but... we're just going to... systematically destroy all of the, Bulborbs. Our dwarf Bulborbs. And... Okay, guys, stop trying to carry stuff back. It's dangerous. No! No, don't eat him! Don't eat him! Did I save you? Oh my god, I think he lives. President. Wrong button again. President, I want to separate the Pikmin, and we are going to take just the whites. I said just the whites. And I want to take off the purple Pikmin, because the whites are just going to be faster. And then I think I'm just going to have Olimar go find the exit. Because I really don't want to have to deal with this Gatling Groink if I don't have to. And it doesn't look like I have to, which is very nice for me. We got some fresh apple juice, which is Fruit Guard. In Europe and Japan, this is an empty space container. For 130 Pokos. Also, in case you're wondering, because there's just an absurd amount of Dwarf Bulborbs in here, there are exactly 54 Dwarf Bulborbs in here, which is just an insane amount, if you really think about it. Because of those Withering Blowhogs and Puffy Blowhogs, I want to try to at least get some of the... Nope, run away! You know what? Never mind, I'm good. I was gonna say I was gonna try to get some of them flowered. That Gatling Grunk scares me. So, you know when I said earlier that we had a semi-easy sub-level? Yeah, this was the sub-level I was thinking of. I got 6 and 9 mixed up. Which, there's definitely a joke in there somewhere, but... I don't feel a need to make it. So, what I'm going to do instead is... This careening Diggery Bug is going to be an issue, but I'm hoping that my white Pikmin are fast enough, which they are, to just kind of run past it and get to the base. And, Captain, that's not what I meant to do, but okay. Captain Olimar, go ahead and grab all the white Pikmin again. Jesus, why is everyone here? Alright, this is probably the goofiest treasure we found. And it's called a Wiggle Noggin. It's just a cat bobblehead for 85 Pokos. And I think what I want to do is actually separate once more, so I can just look around. There's the other treasure. Hey, dumbass Blue. Don't walk into the poison, maybe. And I think we're just quite literally going to do the same strategy, where I leave the blues here, and we're just going to try to run through the poison. So all we need to do is put a lot of Pikmin onto that treasure, and just kind of leave. Who needs to fight enemies? Really? My favorite strategy. Run away! And this is this a nipple of a baby bottle? It's a maternity sculpture. So I'm going to say yes on that one for 55 Pokos. And I'm just going to put the president here and grab everyone. All 89, so we can head to the final sub-level. Alright. So, I would be kind of lying if I said I was not worried about this boss. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Olimar with the 30 purples, and I'm just going to send the president in. Alright, here's the boss. This is the segmented crabster. And what you need to do is you need to roll him into the wall, which will cause rocks to fall. And then you need to throw Pikmin at his stomach. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to kind of get him to where he's... Ow. Kind of get him to where he is... Ow. So, the other strategy you can use for this is you need to roll him into a wall and then run away so that you don't get rained on by rocks. But the other strategy is you can quite literally just throw Pikmin at his head and they kind of just deal with him. Honestly, I think it's easier to roll him into a wall. He missed, great. I find it easier to roll him into a wall and then have the purple Pikmin with the red potion to throw at him. I'm just missing. Because you want to at least attempt to get him in as few cycles as possible, because the more rocks he can drop, the harder this is. And it's kind of difficult with... Damn it. So close. Come on, you guys, stop. There is a red potion over there. Also, if it runs over or rolls over your Pikmin, it does just kill them. So keep that in mind. Also, we're taking this red potion to make up for one of the two we use. And we get something pretty disturbing. It's just a baby head. Also, I don't know how they're climbing that. Oh, that's a pretty steep ramp, do you think? Grab all of the Pikmin. And also, you may have noticed that the ship didn't have anything to say about either the boss or this treasure. One, this treasure is just creepy, and it's 670 Pokos. Something interesting about this is, one, it's one of the only boss treasures in the game that doesn't give you a special ability, so it's kind of useless in that way. But also in, I believe, Japan, the value of this treasure is actually 666, which I can understand why they changed it, because, you know, just a creepy doll head named Silencer for 666 Poco might be a bit concerning. But we are just going to... I don't really feel a need to pick up its body either. I feel no real reason, so have our 98. And we're just going to leave. I think that's a pretty successful dungeon done. Also, 17 treasures is a ton of treasures. And we lost 10 Pikmin, unfortunately. I think all of them being purple, which, again, sucks, because we need 100 purples at some point. There is a strategy that I will go over later to get the 100 purples if we don't have them organically. But if I don't have to do it, then that's even better. But I think that's a pretty good dungeon done. Alright, and because we only have 6 seconds left, I'm going to show that if you go into your pause menu and hit the right button, you can go straight to sunset instead of waiting for the timer to go down. So that's what we are going to do for today. It's just to save some time, and it's a really helpful tool so you don't waste a bunch of time just standing around. Also, if you're trying to get this game done as quickly as possible, it's one of your best friends. Also, how dare they put a Gatling right here at the end of day screen. They got some real nerve putting a Gatling Groink and a Armor Cannon Beetle Larva at the end of day screen. But we got 2,000 Pokos. today, which is insane because we only got one above ground treasure. That 670 is carrying big time, but you know. Also, let's see about our Pikmin number. We went up on everything except we lost 5 purples, which is the exact wrong direction to be going. Great. But honestly, we did pretty well. Lost 8 in battle and 8 to explosions, so we actually lost 16 Pikmin today. 6 of them being above ground in battle, and actually 2 of them were explosions above ground because of the Gatling groin. But I think it's a pretty good day. Alright, who's our mail from? Whose voice do I get to butcher today? Oh yeah, my allowance doubled. And it's all thanks to my papa. After all, he's a great captain. But when in the world will he be able to come home, huh? You know, fair question. It has been like a long time between the first and the second game since Olimar has actually seen his children. Alright, and like I said, I think that's a successful episode. So, I think we're going to end it here. I hope that everyone enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Next time, we head back to the Wistful Wilds to do our second dungeon there. Second out of 3. This is the tied for the least amount of dungeons with the Valley of Repose. But until then, happy adventuring.